There we are. There we are. There we are. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening to you all. Thanks for joining us on Vacation Station TV, your virtual getaway. Good to see you. Sunday night. And it's going to be a chilly Sunday night. Your Skywatcher weather forecast for all the Smoky Mountains and surrounding communities. Tonight, look for temperatures in the low 20s, and in the mountain ranges, it'll probably be even colder. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, but the high will only be around 46 degrees, with overnight lows again in the 20s, depending on where you live. And then Tuesday, things make a change. Then things start getting warmer. In fact, for most of the week, it's going to be into the 60s and overnight lows in the 40s. Some places may even see the 50s. That's not bad at all, is it? No, I didn't think so. So we got to deal with another night of intense cold. Let's see who's in the room. DC Forever LSU. How you been? Long time no see. Good evening to you, Jeff and Marie. Marie's not with us tonight. Somebody called out and she had to go to work. So she's at work, unfortunately, tonight. Sorry, guys. Sorry. When the boss calls, you got to go. Janice Sanborn, how are you? Love watching. Thank you. Big wave to you, Janice. Thank you for joining us. Webb's Web, Ralph, how are you? What have you been doing, Ralph? Been working on the computer, working on your stuff lately? I got Joe is with me today, right there. Hello, everybody. Joe's right in the room. Joe and there's Jolene. There's Jolene. Haba, haba, haba. Haba, haba. Where you been all my life, sweetheart? Looking for you, dear. Jolene's a new addition to the family. But the plot does thicken because even though Jolene is Joe's girlfriend, Joe's got a little side action. Oh, yeah. He's got Trixie. So there's going to be lots of sparks and fire when Miss Jolene finds out. Now, how is Jolene going to find out? Can't imagine. But we will see. Well, we will see. It's chilly outside. You're right, DC. John Esper, good evening. Jeff from Columbus, Ohio. Barbara Goff, how are you, dear? Good to see you, too. Don't forget the thumbs up. Got 30 in the room already. Let's get those thumbs up. Helps the channel out a lot. It really does, believe it or not. It really, really does. Makes a big difference. Raymond Grant, how are you? Hello from Loganville, Georgia. Well, hello to you, Mr. Raymond. Good to see you. I've got my famous pecan coffee with me. Fresh and hot. I mean, I just made it. It just finished perking right before I went live with you guys. So I know it's a nice, fresh, delicious cup of Java. A cup of Joe. Oh, it's still hot, too. Ooh, very, very, very hot. Turn it that way. I don't want to spill it on my giblets. DJI, how are you? Thank you for joining us. My moderator is in the room, DJI, and he's got the highly coveted blue wrench of love, and he will whop you upside the head if you get out of hand, and that's what he's here for. And information as well. Amber Martin, hi. How are you? Says, hi, Jeff, Miss Marie. Happy holidays from Roger and Amber in Wisconsin. Good to see you guys. Good to see you back with us. Yeah, I wish Miss Marie was with us, but they called in early this morning and said, somebody called out, can you come in? And the trooper that she is, even though she threw me out of the house at 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday, she's still a trooper. I don't know if you got to see that. Sorry for the typo, but that was at 4 o'clock in the morning when I typed that. Randy's World. Hey, Jeff, just got back from up there. Quick trip came in yesterday. It was crowded, was it not? This whole weekend was absolutely insane. The Freaky Friday. I don't know. People wait all year for that day. I didn't see very many savings. Some places they claim they have their 40, 50% off, but um, really what most of them do, being I've been in retail, is they mark them up and then they mark them down. So you're really not saving a lot unless you know your prices. Gary Raymond. Hi, Jeff from Columbus, Ohio. That's where John Esper is from, Gary. That's where be there on Thursday. It should be good. Thursday, this weekend should not be like it was this weekend. Not at all. There's no big sales going on. There's no events that I'm aware of that are big deal. You know what I mean? Just there's always little things going on. Tim Ohm, how are you, Tim? Hello, Jeff. Good to see you, Tim. Always a pleasure. Good to see some old faces here. I appreciate that very much. John Esper, and only got up to 42 here in Columbus, Ohio. It was snowing in Northeast Ohio near Cleveland. Yeah, we're due for some snow, I think. What do you think? I think we are due for some snow. Ralph is just working around the house and doing some videos. Yeah, that's what I was doing before. Actually, I'm making a fresh pot of chicken soup right now so that Miss Marie, excuse me. I feel like I got to sneeze. And when she gets home, she'll have a fresh hot pot of soup because when she leaves, the last words out of her mouth are, "There better be some hot victuals waiting for me when I get home, or you don't be home when I get home." Those are the loving words I get. Loggy doggy. Hey, Jeff, good evening. Hey, Loggy, how you doing? Dry Creek Home Collections, good evening, everyone. Make sure you check out all of these people's channels, especially Dry Creek Home Collections, especially this time of the year, the holidays. Excellent time to go to their website, Dry Creek Home Collections, and visit their store in I think it's the Lumberjack Square, if I'm not mistaken. Terry W., Jeff and Marie, love watching your videos. Will you I guess be there tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Just have been going through at least 50 years. I've been watching you. Yeah, I've been on since the early 30s. People just picking up on that. Barbara Goff, are you going to film when the parade is going to Gatlinburg on Friday? Oh, of course. That was one of my plans for this week. I'm sure the time, I'm not sure if I've got conflicting times. DJI, can you give me the time when the parade is? Is it going to be midnight or is it going to be earlier? Now, it shouldn't be too cold, but I'd appreciate that if you would do that. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk. Hello, Vacation Station TV, Ralph's Web, and DP Mart and Randy's World. Philip Holcomb. My lips aren't on speaking terms tonight. You need to have the talk with Joe. Yeah, I had to talk with Joe. I just gave him a couple of National Geographics and said, you figure out the rest. Like most of us did, right? Bobby Joyce, hello everyone in the chat. DJI. Terry, if you'd like to meet Jeff, email. All you got to do is email me at jeffreycharles55@yahoo.com. And I'll be around all week. I've got a lot of plans. Now, whether they come to fruition, that's a whole nother story. Usually something gets in the way. Usually some sort of catastrophe. Diver Dave at work, Disney Animal Kingdom. Very cool. So you're a diver. I was a diver for many, many years. I miss that. I can't dive anymore. It sucks. But it happens. Where did I leave off? Billy Ray 72. Hello from Piney Flats, Tennessee. Hi there, Billy. Or Billy Ray. That sounds better anyway, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so. Got to have my coffee. I've neglected my coffee today for some reason. I did not. I think I had 2 cups the whole day. I've been that busy. That busy. Mary Max Katz, good evening. Good to see you, Mary. Randy's World is in the room too. Saying hello to Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk is saying hello to DJI, Dry Creek Home Collections. And DJI, good evening, Northeast Georgia. Northeast Georgia, hello. Coming down for the parade. Yeah, a lot of people, that's when it'll be crazy, is for the parade. So DJI, if you give me the specifics on the parade, I would appreciate that. pick out my spot. I'll make sure I get there early, set up shop, and do the things I got to do. I usually have fun during those parades. Loggy Doggy, Cherry got the tree up. Oh, good. And I finished the outside for the grandkids. Love doing that. Yeah, Miss Marie still hasn't put the balls on the tree. Waiting for that. She sure did love my meatloaf. She polished. Now you remember you saw the pictures on the last video. You'll see the pictures. There were two meatloafs. They're gone. They are gone. I mean, gone. Garbage in the garbage. Nothing left. Gone. She loved those meatloafs. Gary said he's coming down for the parade as well. William Fields, how's it doing? How's it going? Watching from up in Rogersville, Tennessee. I've been through your neck of the woods. It's nice up there. Dry Creek Home Collections saying hello. Dry Creek says 7:30, I believe. That's a good time. I was hoping it wouldn't be at midnight. Sometimes they do that stuff at midnight, and it's too late for the kids, and it's just too late for everybody. Thank you, Dry Creek. John Esper. It's nice to know there's somebody else from Columbus, Ohio that watches. Yeah, it would be nice if more than just two, don't you think? Bobby Young, parade 7 p.m. Okay. Gary Redmond says 7:30 on Friday. I get 7:30 and 7 p.m. See, there's always conflicting. I'll be up there early. Let's just put it that way. Gary saying hello to John Esper, his buddy in Columbus, Ohio. He's saying hi back. Bobby Young. Everybody carry a Peacemaker 8. Peacemaker 8 carry when you have a driver. I'm not following you on that. Peacemaker, I know, is a gun. I can't find defined times. Yeah, that seems to be the problem. Gary the Cable Guy, good evening. Good evening to you, Gary. Thank you for being with us. Loggy Doggy, hi, Mary Mexcats. Gary Redmond, hi, John. I go down 3 times a year. That's good. Eventually you'll move here and you won't have to come down, right? But DJI says 7:30 is my best guess. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, me too. Me too. It'll be dark and cool, so definitely bring a jacket, maybe a cup of coffee or hot chocolate. I know they serve all that stuff out there, but bring it along with you. Bobby Young, 7. He says 7. All right. I'll be out there early. I mean, I may cruise in there 4 o'clock, 5. I guess right after right after I drop Miss Maria, if I'll go out and do some other stuff while I'm up that way. Might as well. Gary Redmond, DJI, Friday night. Start at 7:30. Beginning 7:30 from Baskins Creek Bypass and East Parkway. Okay. The meatloaf, the operative word is looked fantastic. It's not there anymore. And I maybe had that much of that meatloaf, those 2 pieces, that was it. Miss Marie went to town on that. She loved it. She had a rice and she just loved it. Oh. Avoid being run over. Yeah, that's really difficult because it can get there kind of crowded and people aren't really paying attention. They're looking at whatever they can see. Yes, I will be. Hello, John Esper from Bobby Joyce. Ends at light number 10, which is the very, very last light before you enter the Smoky Mountain National Forest. So it's a long parade, and I'm assuming they make a right there. Well, they could make a left on Cherokee Orchard or right on River Road. I'm not sure which way they would go. I just did another shortcut video today. It'll be up maybe later today, and a couple of other things. It was busy. Terry W., thank you. DJI for the info. STL Tony, hello. DP Mark, DJI, thanks for the information. I can always trust on Nathan to get me the information I need post haste. Bobby, I know, missing Miss Marie. I know. She was really excited about being on tonight. But she said, as long as you're in the room, same room with me, I cannot be there. Oh, goodness gracious. We have way too much fun, her and I. Gary Redman, others are not as cool to watch. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good. I don't know what you see, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's just me. I don't sing. I don't dance. This is it. This be it right here. You're looking at it. Unbelievable. The stores were not as packed today as they were over the weekend. I ventured out a little bit. I did not go shopping because I just don't put myself through that craziness. I just don't believe in it because it's all hype and people usually spend way too much money and they put themselves in debt for another year and I don't do that. The only big ticket item I got is a new TV and it should be in on Tuesday. DJI finally found it. I had to order it directly from them because they didn't have it in stock. And then I thought about, now how am I going to get this thing home? 65 inch. You can't never put your TV on the roof of your car. You'll crack the screen. Never, ever, ever. So they're delivering it. Should be here sometime Tuesday morning around 11, according to the delivery people. So I got the QLED Samsung 65 inch, and that's really pushing it, DJI, really pushing the space that I have. So now I have another TV. I don't know where to put it. I have a 55 inch that I got to put somewhere. Here I could only fit right across. This one is 36. That one's 36. There's two in this room. This is just my monitor for doing this. That's for when I never watch TV up here. That TV is a Sony. I haven't had that TV on for years. It just sits there. Just sits there. It sits there. I got a Kodi hooked to it. I got a Kodi in every room, Kodi box in every room, and a flat screen in every room. But I only, when I do watch, it's down in the living room, and that's it. And that's for a very short time too. Oh, there's the information. Thank you, DJI. Thank you for the website. That's very kind. Gary Redman, right, Jeff? Gary says, I'll be sitting at the parking lot across from the best Italian pizza place. I guess that's good. I'll be parking at the city garage, top floor, first handicap spot going in. That's where I always park. And it's always available, too. It's really weird. And then I'll make my way down. I'll get video from up top, like I always do, and kind of scan the crowd so you people can see what's going on. Then I make my way down the elevator. Bobby Young, awesome cabin. Say, thank you. Thank you. It's all facade. This is green screen. There's really just a cardboard box I'm sitting on, and I'm in the woods because I got thrown out. Miss Mary would be giving me all sorts of crap. She already did when I showed her the videos. Why'd you say that? And I said, I'm just kidding, honey. People think I'm mean. I said, well, you are mean. Oh, that didn't go over well. Ronnie Crane, how are you? Hey, Jeff. Just had our 23rd anniversary Saturday. Happy anniversary to 23 grueling long years. How did you do it? Zeke, good evening. Jeff, have they started building the Buc-ee's? I know they broke ground and stuff, but that's going to take a little time. I'll keep you up on it. I wasn't far down that way. Like this morning, when Miss Marie, she needed something. Her congestion was really, really bad, and she was coughing and stuff. And that happens to her all the time when it gets cold, and then it gets warm and then gets cold again. And this happened in Florida all the time. It was really regular. So I went looking around, like, oh, where's the NyQuil? Where's the Dayquil? And we ran out a while ago. I never use it. So I go out. I'm driving around, and I went up and down Parkway. And I said, well, nothing's open. Nothing is open. Let me go a little further. Go to Sevierville. Nothing open. So the next place to go is Kodak. So I had to go all the way down to Kodak to the Weigels there, and they had it right there on the, all that stuff now is kind of weird. It's behind the counter because the crackheads will drink it all up and get high on it. I said, I just need some Dayquil. And I see your license. Yeah, here's my license. I'll buy 10 bottles of that. I got a really bad congestion. Give me 11 bottles. Oh, let me share this with you. I got so mad before. I'm leaving to drop Miss Marie off. Pulling out of the driveway. And what do I see on my property? 2 giant bags of garbage. Somebody just decided to throw, and I'm not talking a little bag, big bags of garbage on my property. So tomorrow, it was already getting dark. Tomorrow, I'm going to go through that garbage, and I'm hoping I find a name. But if I find a name or an address, it's going to be interesting what they receive. Very interesting indeed. That's so trashy, isn't it? People throw their trash on your yard. Their trash. Whoever did that, if you're out there listening, you're trash. Okay, you and your whole family are trash. Throwing garbage on some stranger's yard. Somehow you can't drive it down the street to a dumpster. Philip Vines, how are you? From Birmingham, Alabama. Crimson Tide. Yes, I have. I go to the new Wiegels Weigels all the time, DJ, all the time. It's right, not far from the cabin at all. They got great coffee there. They've got what Miss Marie likes is sometimes when I take her to work, she goes, go to Wiegels Weigels. And she gets the pizza they have with the buffalo chicken on it. They have reasonably big slices of pizza, and they put buffalo chicken on it. And she just loves that. So that's her lunch. And I'm fine with that. Just taking her, go in. Here's the card. You'll buy what you need to buy. Hope to see you too, Gary. I'm around. Just email me, and I'll try to pace myself accordingly because I have a few places I really want to go in the next few days, and I'm working on it. Dry Creek Home Collections. Wiegels are MAPCO. Needs to put a store at the east end of Gatlinburg. They just put a new MAPCO in Sevierville. Have not been in that one yet. But yeah, they got one now in Pigeon Forge. Yeah, they need one in Gatlinburg because there's really only a couple of 3 gas stations in that whole place. That's not enough. You need like they have old time photos. They need to have a gas station every 10 feet apart. You know what I mean? There's just not enough old time photos in Gatlinburg. I want to be able to walk from door to door and get a snapshot of me in the 1800s. I mean, there's nothing I want to do more. I just want to go from place to place and smile and take my 1800s picture. Ronnie Crane, thank you, Jeff. It's not easy. I know. It isn't easy at all. No. Oh, God. The NDT, how are you, Nathan? How are you? Hello, Jeff, and all in the chat. NDT, I haven't seen any videos from you in a while. What's going on? What is happening? What's the deal, Lucille? Gary, the cable guy. The new Samsung TV will have Samsung TV Plus. Yeah, I think it does. My main concern was the measurements. I already knew it was a good TV because it's a QLD. It's got all the bells and whistles. It does everything but wax your floors. But the measurements, 65 inches, 56 inches wide by 43, if I'm not mistaken, 43 high. And that was really pushing it. I haven't shown you, but my mantle over the fireplace, there's only so much room before the shelving that I put across. I have 35 feet of shelf. And it's in there permanently. It's not going anywhere because there's all sorts of things on it. And I'm going, oh man, is this thing going to fit? It's really close. The way I measured it, it's going to be close. So we'll see. I can't wait to get it because what I really like is that I can hook the VR to it. I can hook the Quest 2 to it, and I could watch Miss Marie playing shooting stuff, or other people can watch. It's a cool thing. It's a cool. DP Mart, Ronnie Crane, congrats. 35 in February for me and my wife. Wow. Imagine that, DP. 35 years. Where did it all go? Right? Do you ever ask yourself, where did it all go? I can't account for half my life sometimes. I hope I got this thing right. Yeah, I do. I want to make sure the diaphragm is pointing to me, not like if you watch the video, that's how tired I was at 4:00 this morning. I crank up the cameras and I'm talking to it. When I got home, I go, boy, that audio is really low. I had the microphone reversed, so it's a little low. I've raised it as high as I can. I was sleeping. She woke me out of a dead sleep. I mean, 4:00 in the morning, I was sound asleep, snoring, dreaming the whole thing. And then she started hacking and coughing. I said, let me get up, get you something. I'm looking around the house. There's nothing here. And she's, and I felt bad for her. So I said, all right, I'll be back in a few minutes. She didn't want me to go, but I said, look, I've done this for you before, so I'll be doing it again, I'm sure. DJI says, if you need me to run a license plate, I'll get you one. Okay, thank you, DJI. I wish I could. It didn't show up on my cameras because obviously they didn't come close enough to the driveway. But the garbage is down at the end. You know, there's, as you leave the house, there's a large curve, then another large curve. It was on the second curve of my property, and they just heaved it right out. It wasn't like it fell out of a truck. It's way too far for it to fall and out of a truck. That really bothered me. What drives people that come up here to spend $200-300 to rent a cabin, but they don't have the class to throw out their own garbage? Trash. That's what those people are, trash. That's why you don't want to rent to mongrels like that, because they destroy your house. Bobby Young, I hate litters. Yeah, me too. And that bothered me too, Bobby. It really did, because we keep this place clean. I'm always walking around picking up debris. And always on a Sunday, there's water bottles, soda bottles, McDonald's bags going up the hill. And it's like, you know, what is wrong with you? I know the place you live in is a real butthole, but not my place. You come up here to rent. I own. You save up all year to come up here, rent and dirty. I own in here. So don't bring your trash with me. Keep it in your place. Keep your crap at your home. NDT, hi. Good to see you, Nathan. No cussing, Bobby. Yeah, I know. And I have to be careful of that too. Ronnie Crane, congrats, DP Martin. Yeah, really. That's amazing. Whew. Amazing. It's okay, Bobby. Northeast Georgia folk. Did the Bears come bearing gifts? I have not seen Rosie now. It's been about 10 days. But the other night, 3 stray bears came up on the deck. And then I didn't recognize them, and they were biggins. So I just watched them for a few minutes, and then I kind of scampered back into the house because I don't know them, and they were big. And I'm assuming they're just rummaging for food. Ronnie Crane, hey DJI. How you doing, Ronnie from DJI? Good for an old man, yeah. Webb's Web. Ayla, and I just passed 40 years last week. God bless you. Congratulations, Ralph. 40 years. You got a very beautiful wife. Seems like a nice person. What she's doing with you, can't seem to figure that one out. Still thinking that one through. Amber Martin, how are you? Raj and I celebrated 29 years on November 22nd. Congratulations to you, Amber. It's a long time. You have to admit, a lot of people don't stay together long. You know, they call long-term relationship a week. You know, they call boyfriend credit card holder. You know, and then they just ditch you, and then they go off and do something else. There's no sanctity. You know, there's no reverence to the relationship anymore. It's wham, bam, thank you, man. Ziggy. DJI says they had to go way out of their way to do that. Yeah, very much so. Like I said, it wasn't just on the side of the road. It was at least 25, 30 feet on the property. You would have to swirl it and throw it. I don't know. I even checked my cameras going out to the ends of the properties, but I didn't see anything, didn't detect anything. So if it happened at night, it probably did. Gary Redmond, can't fix stupidity. No, you can't. And you know what type of people they are. You know you want them as your neighbor. You know that there's going to be a 72 Camaro jacked up on their front yard on blocks or something. You know those are that kind of folk. David Fontaine, how are you? Thank you for joining us, David. Thank you. All right, another one of our highly coveted moderators. And he, too, carries the highly coveted Blue Wrench of Love. Speaking of the Blue Wrench, I was playing one of my games before. I was taking a break in between making the soup. And I had ordered a bunch of games online. And this one was, I think it's called Arizona Sunshine. Man, that one scared the daylights out of me. It's a zombie game, of course, but these things are grotesque and they come out of everywhere and they're running at you and I'm screaming like a schoolgirl running around the living room trying to load my guns and stuff and oh goodness. Oh, my sinuses. Excuse me. Let's see what it DJI DP Mart. That's $19.99 fee for everyone other than Jeff. That's right. What's $19.99? It's a DP Mart DJI plate 3-pack, 4 FGs. Thanks. I don't know what that is, but you're gonna have to clue me in on that one. Don't know what that means. I don't know. Where did I leave off? This thing just took a jump. Okay, there it is. Smoky Mountain family. Hey guys, how you doing? Good evening, Jeff and Joe. Don't forget Jolene. Where's Jolene? There's Jolene. Can't forget Jolene. There's Jolene. There's Jolene. Trixie will be making her appearance maybe this coming Sunday. That's Jolene. That's Joe's new girl. Yeah, Jolene. I don't know if she'll stay up there or not, but there she is, Jolene. And then Joe's other girlfriend, Trixie. Gonna be fun. Dry Creek Home Collections. We had 35 years this past August. That's a long time, guys. 35 years. I don't know. Hey, Jim Spencer. Saying hello to Webb's Web. Gary the Cable Guy. Hi, Eric and Britt. Always good to see you. PB on the go. Hey, Jeff. Hope you got a nap. No, I did not. In today with the early morning. No, I did not. No, I did not. I've been up since 4 a.m. and I haven't had time. I was out shooting. Had to go to the store. Did some shopping. Did some work around here. Washed off the decks. Those raccoons make such a mess on my deck. They just terrorize the place. I love them, but they terrorize my place. That is good coffee. Deeper DJ. Man, gotta get it right one way or another. That's right. Jim Spencer saying hello to Smoky Mountain family. Smoky Mountain family saying hello from Georgia, Northeast Georgia Mountain folk. Northeast Georgia Mountain folk. We're 32 years this past July. Got married in Gatlinburg, and our marriage license at the Sevierville Courthouse. Yes, that's where you get it from, the Sevierville Courthouse. Thanks everyone from Ralph from Webb's Web for the hi DP Mart and everybody. Yeah, that's what we do here. That's what we do. Smoky Mountain family saying Gary the Cable Guy. Hi. DJI has the wrench of love. That's cute, Nathan. It's a bigger blue wrench with a big old heart. And Smoky Mountain family saying PB on the go. Hey, hey. John Esper is saying hello to Smoky Mountain family. SMF as we call them. Right? The girls would love Jolene, Eric. You know, I'll have to start making some Jolenes. I need to make some Trixies because wait till you see Trixie. She's an interesting character. She's your typical bar rag, you know, typical bar rag. But, you know, Joe's just Joe. Joe's a dog. Bobby Young. We eat raccoons. I hope they didn't hear that. They're so cute. I just love them. They all come up to me and jump on my leg, and they search my pockets. They always pull out a 20, and then they go. Wayne King, hi from upstate New York. I used to be up in upstate New York. Where are you located? I was up in the Albany, Troy, Stephentown, Lebanon, New Lebanon Valley, that area there. Spent a lot of years there. Bobby Joyce, where's Josh and Stacy tonight? I don't know. What is it, Sunday night? Maybe they'll be going on. They usually go on. Bobby on barbecue coons is tasty. I've never had it, but I'm sure it tastes like chicken. Matthew 48:10. Hey guys, just reached 70 subscribers on my channel. So let's help Matthew 48:10 grow. Please go to his channel. Just like everybody on this page, go to Bobby Young, go to Matthew 48:10. Help him. Let's see if we can get him up to 100. That would be nice, wouldn't it, Matthew? Let's see if we can get Matthew 48:10 to 100. That would be great. I'd like to see my thumbs up go up. How about jacking them thumbs up a little bit? Bobby Young says, be sure to skin the C90. Yeah, you got to make sure. Wayne King, me and Ginger, 19 years. Whew, so many people have such good marriages. John Esper, Joseph Stud. He's just a dog. Smoky Mountain family. Jeff, what happened? Did someone throw something on your property? Yeah, 2 giant bags of garbage on my property. Uncalled for. They're totally uncalled for. Because first of all, anywhere around here, people pick up garbage. There's plenty of services that do that. Or you can just take your dirty old trash and drop it off at a dumpster or go to a gas station. Why throw it on somebody's nice piece of property? Losers. That's what those, and these are the people that rent up here. So before you guys get into renting, let me tell you, I know a lot of renters up top and around me. And they say, you know, even though I get a lot of good people renting, there's always the family that destroys the cabin. They steal everything. And one of the guys said, that's why I have to actually screw down the pictures to the wall, because they steal the pictures before they go. What kind of trash does that? They really should vet these people out. And that's what I would do if I was going to be a renter, a landlord, which I'm not going to be anymore. I've been down that road, and that's never going to happen again. I would vet them. I'd find out where they rented the last 6 months or 6 years and what was the outcome. Usually find birds of a feather, and people are creatures of habit. So probably if they've rented before, they trash. You don't want that the type of mongrel staying in your cabin. Not at all. Wayne King, Ithaca. I know right where you are. Ithaca's very nice. Very cold up there. Very, very cold. Bobby Young, ain't coming Matt's way. Jeff and Tootsie Camping. How you doing, Jeff? Hey, Jeff and Joe just got back from North Myrtle Beach today. Tootsie's happy to see me. Oh, I bet she is. Well, you've been abandoning her a lot lately. Yeah. Jim Spencer saying hello to Jeff and Tootsie. And Northeast Georgia Mountain folk. And Smoky Mountain family saying the same thing. Bozos throwing trash. Yeah, that's what they are. It's worse than that. They're mongrels. If you throw trash out your window, you're a mongrel. Okay, deal with it. And I just said it. Probably I won't get monetized. I got hit again, second time, for saying anything about the GOV. I get hit with a copyright strike. There's your freedom of speech gone. That's something. Matthew 48:10 has 71 now. There you go. Help this guy out. Help a brother out. Get him to 100. Matthew 48:10. There's no reason you can't help this person out. It's the right thing to do. Just like and subscribe. And do the same thing for us, too. If you haven't liked and subscribed, why not? What is it you want me to do? I had a guy day before yesterday. He said my content is boring and lame. Boring and lame. I shook my head. I said either this is a Yitz fan or it's just some loser in his mother's basement in his underwear eating ding-dongs. Wayne King, you have a good night too. Thank you very much. Ronnie Crane, how are you guys? Saying hello. Smoky Mountain family saying hello. Everybody's saying hello. Good. I'm glad you're all saying hello. Excellent. So it's going to be very cold tonight. And tomorrow, 46 is going to be the high. That's the high. And then on Tuesday, it's supposed to start warming up. The sun will be out. Not much of any rain in our forecast. So that'll be nice. So it should start warming up for the parade, no doubt. Hi, Steve. How are you? Steve Weiss, good evening to you. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk, or both, Jeff. Ronnie Crane, doing good. Excellent. Glad all you guys are doing good. It's the season. Everybody should be in a good spirit for this season. Still debating what I'm going to get Miss Marie. I've got her some stuff already, but I haven't really thought about what she needs. She doesn't need anything, but I'm thinking about maybe what conversations we've had and what she thought she wanted. I don't know. I know she loves sneakers, or she calls them rubber shoes. Took me a while to get used to that. She calls them, "Where's my rubber shoes?" What? Galoshes? No, rubber shoes. Sneakers are rubber shoes. So she likes when I do that because usually I buy. I know her. I know all her sizes and stuff. So I usually go out and I'll get 3 pairs of shoes and I know what she wears and what her style is. Um, because she hates shopping. And you wouldn't think a girl hates shopping, but she hates shopping. Does not do malls. I think we have been 2 times to a mall since we have been together. She hates shopping. It's she likes shopping online. She likes for me. She goes, here's what I'd like. Go find it if you can. And I go search it out. She's just that way. Gary the Cable Guy. We like boring and lame. Well, then you came to the right channel. Gary the Cable Guy. I'm considered the boring and lame channel. That's right. Jeff and Tootsie Camping. I have not abandoned Tootsie. I knew that would get a rise out of you. Feeling guilty, Jeff? Feeling a little guilty? Yeah, you'll think about that next time. Steve, galoshes. Yes, that's what we called them. I know, that's all I remember them on. We put them on galoshes when it snowed. Did you put the ones, my parents got me the ones you put over your sneakers. Do you remember that? On school? You didn't wear them without shoes. You slid them over your sneakers, and when you got to school, you slid them off. And I remember that. Like it was yesterday. Like I said, I could still see in my mind's eye my mother giving me a bath in the kitchen sink. And that's the God's honest truth. And I was only 42 years old at the time. My mother was sponging me down at 42 years old in the kitchen sink. There's a picture you got to burn out of your head, right? There you go. Big old hairy Yeti standing in the kitchen sink. The neighbors must have went ballistic. PB on the go. Well, if your stuff is lame and boring, then why are they watching? I was very kind. I answered this person saying, "What is it that you didn't like, and what would you like to see?" Never got a reply. So it just goes to show me it's somebody being a jerk. It's just a jerk. That's okay. I'm trying to be kind. This is the new improved 2.0 Jeff. Having his 5th aneurysm for the day. Steve, galoshes. Yeah. How many of you remember galoshes? I bet John Esper remembers them. Iowa State Buckeyes got beat Saturday by Team Up North. Ooh, sorry. No, you're right, DJ. This channel is not for cupcakes. No, I don't tolerate leftism. I don't tolerate any of that stuff. I just don't tolerate it. There's so much craziness going on. I just don't tolerate it. This show is for fun and for talking out about our problems and our everyday things that go on. That's what we do. Steve Weiss says, yeah, we had those with the buckles on the front. Yeah, the buckles on the front. I forgot about that. Yeah, they had the buckles which made them tighter to your shoe. Remember, you'd snap it over? Oh, yeah. After a while, they'd snap and hurt your hand because your hands were frozen from throwing snowballs all the time. And then you go to snap and it'll get you right in your hand. Man, did that hurt. Man, did that hurt. Joyce Marie, where did I just saw you? And then it just jumped. Wow. Where I jumped up so much. I gotta find out where I was. I'm trying. I really, really am trying to find where this is. I'm trying to. John Esper says, "Yeah, remember, I'm old too." BB's Adventure. Hello from Lakeland, Florida. I didn't live too far from you, BB's. Lakeland wasn't far at all, just down the street. I used to go to Lakeland all the time. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk. Hello, BB's Adventures. BB's Adventures. Hey, Sunflower, how are you? Hello, everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm sure everybody's still stuffed and still eating turkey sandwiches and turkey salad and turkey soup. Not this guy. Not this guy. I made those meatloafs. If you want to see what those meatloafs look like, look at, it was either this video I just posted or the one before. It's at the very end of the video. 2 mega meatloafs. And they're tasty. I have to admit, they were very, very tastified. I can't complain. Took a lot of time. Well, about a half hour from start to finish prep and then into the oven. But that's a long time for me, half hour. Usually I get them done quick, but there was a lot of vegetables to cut and things. I had to mix and mix and mix. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk saying hello to Sunflower, Jeff and Tootsie. I take Miss Marie as well. Yes, she is. Got called in at the last moment this morning. So me and Tootsie said, oh, yeah, I will do that. Yeah, she was all set to kick back for the day we were going to go out. And phone rang. Boss says, I really need you to come and work if you can. You know, somebody called in sick. So she said, no problem. I'll be there, boss. I'll be there. So that's good. She likes working. You know, she takes care of her family. You know, she makes sure that her family doesn't do without. She's feeling much better now. After I went out and got her the Dayquil, she went right to sleep, and then she slept pretty close to 1 o'clock this afternoon. Yep. John Esper. I'm so old I can remember when TVs had to. I remember that, and you had to let them warm up. I remember that. And when they had a bad one, she'd go down. Whoops, that just jumped. I was right in the middle of reading. Oh, where did John go? Right in the middle. It was right there. Reading about tubes. Yeah, I do remember that, John. I've replaced many an 806. That was the main tube in your TV, an 806, fairly tall tube, about the size of this microphone. 806, very common. I used to buy them all the time. You know where I used to buy them from? Radio Shack. They were about $3, $3 and change for one of those. And that's when your TV started to like flicker. Most of you have no idea what a TV really is. You're just so used to this flat screen stuff. But they'd flicker, or the sound would get a little fuzzy, or the picture would squiggle and stuff. That's when your 806 was going. But easy to change. Just gotta make sure you unplug it from the wall. You know. Oh, God. Yeah, she loves her new job. She likes it very much. The PB on the go. Um, Zero stress. Her last job was extremely stressful, and people weren't very kind to her, believe it or not. And she had about had enough. She had enough. Sylvania, that's right, Bobby Young. Thank you. GE and Sylvania, either one of those. That's right. I don't have any more of those. At one time I used to have some in one of my totes, but I think I got rid of those. Yeah, that's right, Steve. You call the fuzziness snow. You'd have snow on your screen. Remember that? And you direct the antennas. You turn the antennas left or right. Oh, I gotta remember that. That's when your TV had 3 channels. John Esper. I'm sorry, Jeff. Oh, okay. You delete. I thought I was. the message, it didn't come out right. I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. You had to have TVs had tubes. That's why they were so big and they were always so hot. They heated up and they generated a lot of heat and they used a lot of electricity. Webs. Been there, done that with my TV and radio tubes. Yes, yes. He would have got along real well with my father. He was a ham, and he used to fix old TVs. People would just knew that he knew how to do this stuff because he was an engineer and he just was intrigued by this stuff. And he could find a problem in anything. And people go, "Hey, Bill, my TV's doing this. You think you come take a look at it?" And pretty soon everybody in the neighborhood was calling him up, to fix their TVs. Jeff and Tootsie Cat, I remember scrambled porn. You would. Yep, you had no clear picture back. No, it clear was fuzzy at best, right? And once in a while it came through, and boy, you were in heaven then. What's it? Web is. Don't forget the foil on the rabbit ears. How many remember foil on rabbit ears? You take tin foil and you increase your signal, and they captured, I guess, a little bit more of a signal, and you had to turn them and sometimes shape the foil in different ways, and then smack the TV sometimes because it had dust in the switches and in the knobs. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep, foil on the rabbit ears. That was a big thing. Everybody had it. And when was the last time you saw a TV antenna? I know there's a couple of them out there, but there's no more analog TV. In fact, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can get any more analog TV, broadcast TV. I think that's all gone. Them days they be over. Steve White says, I was 8 and my dad worked for Sperry Univac. I don't recall that name. He converted our black and white TV to color, and that was the greatest thing. Oh, yeah, I remember when we got our first color TV. The whole neighborhood will never forget that. They found out we got a color TV, and all of a sudden we had friends we never heard of before, and they were at the door. And they all had like cakes in their hand, and what is that thing I hate the most? That salad, green bean salad. Oh God, everyone would bring that over because it's so cheap to make, and I hated it. It's probably why I have this thing for it. Joyce Marie, hi Joyce Marie, good to see you. Jeff and Tootsie Camping, copper is what picks the stations up now. Digital, yeah, you can't use. I don't think you can. Ralph, I don't know. Do they still broadcast terrestrial TV anymore? I thought they did that. Yeah, they're all DJS. All channels are digital now. Yeah, that's the end of those days. Jeff and Tootsie Cat, yeah, all digital now. Used to be a day, but you still see them for sale. Have you noticed that on YouTube? An ad will come up, get TV free like you've never got it before. And there's a guy holding a TV antenna on his roof. I says, there's no, I didn't think there was. I think you get ripped off here. And they do it all the time. John Esper, how about when TV stations went off at night? I remember that in the test pattern. That was my cue to go to bed at midnight. The boom. And what was, John, or anybody, what was the station that played the clock song before it went off the air? Dun 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 dun. Do you remember that? It had the clock, and then they say goodnight to you. Do you remember that? Most of you people think I'm crazy, but it's absolutely true. I think it was out of New York. I guess it would have to be because I lived in New York. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk, Univac. Oh, Univac, of course, Univac. I didn't recognize the Sperry, Univac. Oh, the tubes, absolutely. I never used the Sperry after that in Oldsmar. How about that? Dry Creek Home Collections. Back in the days, we scrambled adult channels with alternating sync. You guys are pervs. You really are. I just get old National Geographics and see all those big old ladies with spears in their hands. Oh my goodness. NBC with the color peacock. That's right. Remember that? He had his tail would be, and then they'd say goodnight to you and stuff. Dum, dum, dum. There's still antennas that can use get digital channels now. I don't know how good of a deal that could be. I don't know. Ralph, can an antenna in the air get a digital channel? I don't know. You're talking about two different frequencies. I'm not really sure, or multiple frequencies. Bobby Joyce, we had one of those tall antennas. Yeah, electric motor. That's right. My dad put one of those, and it had the dial was in your house, and it was north, south, east, west. Do you remember that? And you turn it like if it was at north, and you turn it to south, you'd hear the thing of zip, 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 zip. Take forever to get there. Then you had to kind of adjust it. Yeah, oh, my dad had the whole house rigged up for that stuff. He was crazy. We picked up the channels out of Jacksonville. We thought it was so rich. Yeah, remember that? Remember that? You the big time. Joyce Marie song sounds familiar, but I'm from Indiana. It's something clock, syncopated clock, syncopated clock. If you can DJI, get that one, syncopated clock, and that put me to sleep every night because I slept. Believe it or not, I slept under the TV. My because you got to remember back then TVs were big, giant boxes. Not that they, not that they had a big screen. It was a giant box, and the screen was our first TV was 9 inches, so it looked like a plate, like a dinner plate. And then the next one was just a little bit bigger, but it had so many tubes in it. It was a large box, and then we had this. Uh, it was a stand with wheels on it, and underneath it, I would sleep underneath that. When I heard the syncopated clock, I would go to sleep, and my parents would carry me into bed. That's when I was 35. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I lived in New York. I lived on Long Island most of my adult life. Then moved up to the Berkshires, and then moved to Florida. Well, not most of I left at 17, 17 and a half. And then that was it. I was on the road from that day on. Never looked back. No. Parents didn't like me leaving, but I was always a rebel. And I told them as soon as I can, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I loved living in New York back then. Absolutely loved it. It was a different place, a different time. Um, I used to drive around. I was one of the first people to have a car in my school, and I drive around. And before I got out of high school, I had 5 antique cars I was driving around. I was very ambitious back then. My friends just couldn't understand it, but I'd be driving old cars all the time. Beautiful old cars, not jalopies. These things were mint. I worked a lot. National Geographic. Well, yeah, they got all them there naked ladies from other countries. They're naked and spears and stuff. Smoky Mountain family. We can see Jeff at the table making these cups and Marie in the background rolling her eyes. Yeah, I do. I sit on the couch while she's watching her Filipino channels or the Korean channel stuff. And I have my magic markers, and I'll have a big pile of cups. And then, okay, you look good. You look good. And I put them in there. Okay, you look. Now I got to put Jolene's on. I got to get the red lips. Wait till you see Trixie, though. She's real trailer trash. She really, no offense, but she's really bad news. Perfect for Joe. Palm Harbor, Northeast Georgia Mountain. I know Palm Harbor very, very well. I used to do a lot of, in fact, I was in the TV station there. Um, Channel 9 was out that way, Palm Harbor, and I used to do a lot of TV at, what do you call that, Tarpon Springs. I did a lot of TV underwater and there Tarpon Springs, a lot of that. I covered that whole area for the rivers, the inlands, a lot of television there. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of cool seafood restaurants. That's where I started Dockside Dining. That was my first show, Dockside Dining. I'd go to all the seafood restaurants all up and down 19, US 19, and then 41 and 52. And I would go there. It was kind of like what you guys are doing now. That's why it's so weird for me. I used to go there and sample the food and the cameras. Back in those days, you had bigger cameras and there'd be crews and lighting and all that garbage. And the chef would come out. We talk about what they're cooking. We go into the kitchen and then we try the food. And dockside dining was all about seafood dining and stuff. And then that migrated to the Great Outdoors. Then I did the Great Outdoors for years, and that covered all the state of Florida and then went up the coast. And that was always fun. I got certified at 150 feet at Blue Grotto, underwater, 150 feet at Blue Grotto. Got certified. Yep, I still have the picture somewhere. Saw it not too long ago. Alton, how are you, Alton? God, I haven't seen you for a long time. We used to have a single generator to convert the screen, and it took hours to do that. Wow. Just think how far we have come over the years. Dry Creek Home Collections. Rob worked for the Comcast. How about that? As head of the tech for almost 30 years. Not the spelling mishap. Comcast, put an M in there. Concast. I understood. Yeah. That's what we got up here. Is Comcast. Not my favorite provider, but it is the only provider. There's no alternative here. It's them or nothing. Them or you get Usenet, and that's ridiculous. Usenet. You got to be a billionaire to get that, and even then you're getting average at best. Single generator, Alton says. Jeff and Tootsie, yes, sir. I'm on the antenna now. 20 plus channels for free. How about that? Haven't heard anything about it. Steve White, I live in Georgia too. Perhaps people always ask me, would I move out to Florida? Yeah, don't waste your time. Florida, you think that Pigeon Forge is crowded? Florida is just Pigeon Forge on steroids. That's how bad it is there. Let's see, where that jumped up again. Okay, there it is. Steve, yep, got that. Webb's Web. If it's digital antenna, I have one in my attic. I get a good number of channels close to Atlanta and get all the locals. And that's maybe I'll look into that. I didn't think they had any more terrestrial broadcasting anymore, but now that it's digital, I understand. You can use an antenna but have a digital TV or converter box. Steve, The Late Show used the syncopated clock. Thank you, Steve. That was great, The Late Show. I remember that. I can still hear that song in my head. Joyce Marie, I'm a now edumacated. Well, thank you. Picked the wrong channel to get edumacated here. I don't know. Steve White, where in Georgia are you located? Alton Mitchell, the CRT used to be round. Yep. Yeah. What kind of cars? Started, let me see, go back to my first car that I had was a 1963 Nova SS, a bluish greenish, the standard bluish green, and it was the Super Sport. And then I wanted something a little bit weirder. Then I got a 1959 Mercedes-Benz four-door. I'm trying to remember the model. It was a diesel. I think it was the SD. Cute little car. Beautiful little car. Then I got the 38 Master Deluxe. 38 two-door Master Deluxe Chevy. Then the 39 Master Deluxe four-door sedan. Then a 47 Ford four-door sedan. A 53 Chevy two-door powder blue. Very, very, that's the way it came. The guy painted it that way. Then a 49 Oldsmobile, mint condition. Then a 57 Oldsmobile. And then a 59 Pontiac. My parents hated me because I took up, looked like we always had a party at the house, but they were all my cars. And I just drove one every day. Back then it was affordable to have a plate on every car. And just drove them around, had a lot of fun. Living life. DP Mart, the only station to watch is Vacation Station TV. Thank you, DP. I do appreciate that. Or maybe that's the only one you get. Jared Tracy, Pasadena, Paranormal. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. Stopping by with a thumbs up. Thank you. Smash that button, folks. I appreciate that very much, Jared. I appreciate it. If you get a chance, check out Jared Tracy, Pasadena Paranormal. He does ghost hunting like I used to do, but only he does it so much more professional. He's got all the best equipment that money can buy. Good stuff and very interesting stuff, Jared. Very, very. I still want to play with your SLR. Not nothing personal, but I do want to play with your. I think it's SLS. I think it's SLS. I want to play with it. I really do. Steve White, Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk, Canton, north of Kennesaw, south of Jasper. John Esper, back in the '60s, if your parents had a color TV, you were popular in the neighborhood. We were popular. We were the only ones that had a color TV and the only ones that had a swimming pool. So you knew in the summer, I had a lot of friends. Come fall, I had no friends. None, not one. Steve White, my wife used like going to the sponge docks and Greek restaurants there. Yes. Oh, yes. In Tarpon Springs. Their name was just on the tip of my tongue. The famous name out there, the restaurants. I know them well. I used to get the gyros. You people call them gyros, the gyros. And the conch fritters. Oh, man. Pappas. Pappas restaurants. Pappas, if I'm not mistaken. Pappas. Bay News 9. Yes, I did a lot of work for Bay News 9. Cray Slavin, good evening. How are you? Good to see you, of course. Steve White, Bay News 9. Yep, I did a lot of stories for those people. Yes, SMF. That's right. I just love all those toys. It just, they were just fun. All that stuff that you got, Jared, is so cool. Jeff and Tootsie Kempe, I remember watching the Children's Miracle Telethon. Yes, it was the only thing at night. Yeah, there was very few things online. Once in a while, they had the Late Show. The Late Show. I think that came on at 12. I think it did. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk. My sister still lives in Palm Harbor. We were in Forsyth County. Randy's World is to our north. Yes, Smoky Mountain Family, DGI. Okay, cool. Is that you? Pardon my ignorance on that. Board Game Man checking in. Good evening. Thanks, Board Game. Appreciate that. DGI left my house. We used to love the drones and had a few of them. You did have some drones. Miss Marie, I told her maybe for Christmas she can get me a drone. I just don't. I never had the bug for the drones, but I know it could take some good video, and I could probably fly it really well, just because I'm good at that type of stuff. And I used to fly small planes, so I understand the physics of doing what I have to do with a small plane type thing. I know the parameters, the red line of it all. Joyce Marie. Oh, there's Miss Marie. Let me see what she has to say. Hello, honey. Honey, my love. We're on live, so be careful what you say. Honey. Honey. Honey.
We're closing at 9, so pick me up at 10.
Okay, I'll pick you up at 10. I'm on live right now. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Honey, am I allowed to come home now because you threw me out at 4 o'clock this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. I made soup for you, kind of make amends and everything.
Okay.
All right, I'll pick you up at 10.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love you. Goodbye. There. So you heard it. They're closing early tonight. Oh, this thing got way out of whack. Let me catch up. Joyce Marie. Why did you choose to move to Pigeon? I don't live in Pigeon Forge. I live in Wares Valley. Um, a lot of people already know this. I'll try to give you the expurgated version, the Reader's Digest version. During my whole adult career in TV and in radio, especially radio, I used to always sit at my console talking to nobody but everybody. And I would take my little business cards and I would draw mountains with a cabin somewhere in the mountains. I would use a pencil or a pen. And they're very nice, very elaborate little drawing painting things. And I did hundreds and hundreds of those things with the understanding, me, that one day that's where I will be. It's called projecting and putting it out in the universe. And that's why I worked so many years, 37 years in radio and TV, was to get to this point where I am now and still have my health about me. Now, my health tricked me a few times, but always with that vision was to come to the Smoky Mountains and retire in a log cabin. And that's what I did. And when I sold the 2 radio stations, I realized that was it for me. I'd been in Florida for so many years. And I said, this is it. And I told Miss Marie, I said, we got 2 weeks to pack. I said, sold the stations, check is in the bank, and we're out of here in 2 weeks. Whatever we can't pack, we give away. And that was it. And 2 weeks from then, we came up here. And for a year, I knew I was getting close because I was prepping myself mentally. I was looking at cabins through real estate and through magazines and through things online. And I knew kind of where I wanted to go. I investigated it, and Sevier County was the best and still is the best to live in. Has the lowest crime rate, the best jobs. Everything was good about it. The rate of employment was the best and still is, even though people don't want to work in this place and around the world. But the housing market has always been very, very strong, and it's close to everything. Sevier County is close to everything you need to be, and I chose this place. I ain't going on, but that's pretty much why I went here. Christopher Rollins, how are you? And hello, all the PB on the go, so wanting to go to St. Petersburg, Clearwater this coming February. You hear them fighting? The raccoons? If you haven't been there, you'll enjoy it as a tourist, but you won't want to live there. St. Petersburg and Clearwater has a very high homeless rate there now. Unemployment is very high in that area. A lot of drug activity in that area. I used to travel that almost every day to the other radio station, and that's right in Clearwater, St. Petersburg. It's right on the water, and it was a nightmare. That's where the Scientology place is. There's another whole bunch of whack jobs you got to deal with. Sunfly, I miss Johnny Carson. Yeah, I used to watch that with my parents. Smoky Mountain Family, GJ, I got it. Okay. Ashley Ratliff, how are you, Ashley? I'm making you a Mercery picture. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. John Esper, that's true. I have a set of rabbit ears here in Columbus, Ohio, and I have 25 digital channels for free. That's interesting. That is very interesting. You have to send me the model of that. I just wasn't aware of it. Nova. Steve Weiss says Nova. That's right. Had something like Chevelle. Chevelle is slightly nicer. The Nova was the lesser, and then the Chevelle was the next one up, the model up. Chevelle was bigger than the Nova. Nova was the smaller economic car. They look similar. Yeah, but the Nova looked nicer. It truly did. Truly did. Jared Tracy, just stopping in for a while. Battling a bug. I'm sorry to hear that. It's kicking my butt. Have a good day, you all. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Jared. Get better soon. Everybody send a prayer out to Mr. Jared Tracy. Sage yourself, Jared. Sage yourself. Jeff and Tootsie Camping. Nice 1963 Nova SS. Do you wish you still? Yeah, I wish I had all my cars. I was young and stupid. And, after a while, I just for whatever reason, I got tired of them and I got rid of them instead of just putting them in storage, because all of them were in perfect condition. Some were completely restored
top to bottom, frame off restoration. And some I bought were original in mint condition. And I just drove them around. I'm not like these collectors that put them away. I drove my cars every single day. I used to take my 38 Coupe, because it's such a cool car to drive, from Long Island all the way up to Albany, New York. That's a 3.5 hour drive. I drive that straight back and forth. And that thing never broke down on me. Never. NDT show. My first one was an 80 Chevette. A Shove-It. I remember those. DP Sunflower. Hey, look at him. YouTube, Johnny Carson was the. Yeah, I always loved watching Johnny Carson. Where did I leave off? Wow, that thing jumped. Wowzer. Thank you. I appreciate that. Goodness, where'd you all? Okay, right there. Steve White, Clearwater Beach is nice. Yeah, it's. I don't know if you've been there lately. You got to pay to get in. They put a guard on there and a gate. You can't just jump on the beach. And I used to always just drive on the beach with my Jeep or my Land Rover. I just drive on the beach, take off my shoes, roll up my pants, and just stand in the water. You can't do that anymore. It's all cordoned off. Pappas Greek Restaurant. That's right. Good stuff. Pappas. Good stuff. Been there many times. I can remember my dad saying, all the shows be in color someday. Imagine that. He was right. Pappas closed? Really? That was the place to go, right on the pier. They had several restaurants. Wow. Wow. There's a cool little church there, really old Catholic church right there in downtown Tarpon Springs. Go check it out. It's really beautiful. Tim Alm, good night. God bless you too. Northeast Georgia Mountain. My first car was a 71 Maverick. I remember those. Alton Mitchell, Dinosaur Chevy show. I remember that. Bonanza. It's just the same, only color TV. You would watch all that. Always on Sunday night was when you watched your television. Mike, KABC TV. Use the syncopated clock as their sign off. KABC TV. Up until 1980. Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk. Pappas closed after it left Florida. That's really too bad, because that was the place to go for real Greek. I mean, they were Greek for sure. I met the family. They were Greek. Are the sponge docks still open, where you can go in the glass bottom boats and watch the divers and stuff? Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And CBS in New York too. Yeah, that's the one I used to watch. CBS Syncopated Clock. Jim Spencer, my first car was a 68 Chevrolet Watt, and I still have it. How about that? That's right. You did tell me that. You still have your original car. That's amazing. I wish I had all my cars, Jim. I really do. Steve says my girlfriend back in the 80s had a Nissan Datsun. I had one too. I had a look at that. I had Smoky Mountain family. Steve White. I had an 84 300ZX Turbo. Yep. I had it was an 84 Z with the T-tops, and right before that, I hope I got the year. I can't remember the year. It was the one that looks like a Stingray. Eric, remember what? It was not like the 300, but it was narrow and it was like a Stingray. It had that with the T-tops, the Champagne edition. Man, that thing used to go. I can't remember the year. Much smaller. Air conditioning didn't work worth a damn. But, you drove with the T-tops open. It was cool back then. Windows down, T-tops. That's why I lived in Florida. But I can't remember the year. Maybe it was a 78. Maybe 79. Could have been. Nice car. Fast car. Really, I'd love to have one of those just to be driving around here. DP Moore, we didn't get color until 78, 79. It was black and white and tubes going out. They burn out quick, those 806s. 801s and 806s. DP Moore. Then we got married, moved out in 87. Mom and Dad got cable. Yeah, after you left, they had money left, right? Jeff and Tootsie came in the Smoky Mountain family. 300Z. Yep. That was a fast car. Mine was it was kind of like a coffee brown, metallic coffee brown. Remember that? I bought that in cash. I bought both cars in cash, but I remember I was working for another radio station at that time. I was part-time sales and I was doing middays. And my ambition was to get a 300Z. And I went to Sutherland Toyota in Tampa, and I plopped, I want to say like $28,000 on the guy's counter. I go, want that car right there in 1 hour. I said, if it's not done in an hour, I take my money back. 30 minutes later, it was washed, waxed, full tank of gas. Back then, you could deal in cash. And I said, thank you very much. I left my car there. I had a Jeep. I had a Jeep Sahara. I said, I'll be back to pick this up in a few hours. And I took that car out, and I just blew the doors off that thing. Joyce Marie, thank you for responding. Gotta go. Thank you, Joyce, for being here tonight. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you being here. DJI, how many people do you think visit the Goat Coaster on a typical busy Friday and Saturday? I can almost give you the exact numbers. Yesterday, I believe, I didn't get the exact number. It was over 1,600 yesterday, and the day before that was higher. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And a lot of those people, according to the people I talk to, are from this channel, seeing the videos about that. Steve White, DP Mart, sounds like my parents, they didn't have cable on VCR. Yes. Yeah, we didn't have cable. My dad had antennas. It was too early. There was no cable back then. Jim Spencer, my father bought a brand new 62 Chevrolet 2, learned how to drive it. I learned how to drive on a 59 Ford Galaxy, 4-door sedan. Where did I wind up getting medicine? At Weagles Weigels in Kodak. I had to drive all the way to Kodak for Miss Marie. That's a half-hour drive each way. And when I got back, she goes, "What took you so long? Would you stop off at the bar? Would you see those sluts?" There's no bars open at 4 o'clock. She was sound asleep when I got home. Janice Young, hello, everyone. Hi, Janice. Good to see you. Jeff and Tootsie Camp, does anyone remember or had a Casio PT87? It was a piano. Now, I had an old Casio, but I can't. Was it brown? About that long? And about that thick, brown? And little keys, so like little midget fingers, little Chinese fingers. Is that because that's the first little piano I had? It was a little Casio. It goes ding, 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 ding. It was really annoying. My parents hated it, but that's the only one I remember. Mountain Girl, hey Jeff, say hello to Miss Marie. I will. I have to pick her up at 10 o'clock instead of at 11 o'clock. That's good. She'll get home early. Larry Harvey, hey Jeff, how's Marie liking her new job? She loves her new job. They treat her so good there. Ross and the crew are so good to Miss Marie, and she does a good job. I mean, they were shocked, I think, that she's such a clean freak, and she was going. I mean, she goes into the corners just like she does here, although you couldn't tell by this carpet. This stupid tree sheds the white things. I got to really drag a vacuum through here. But they just love the way she goes in the corners and cleans and straightens T-shirts out, puts them in size order. I mean, she's really like that. You think I make fun, but that's how she really is sometimes. Amber Martin, how are you? Got to run. Good night. Thank you, Amber. Thank you for being here. John Esper, does anybody remember the Ford Pinto? Yes, the one that would explode. What movie was that from, where the car came up behind the Pinto real slow and boom? That was a great movie, whatever that was. The Deadliest Ford, along with the, what was that, the one with the pancake engine? The Chevy, what was that? Corvair, the Chevy Corvair. What a nightmare that was. Yes, sir, that's it. Except mine was creamy white. I'm glad she really likes it, because her other place was just, they were just not treating her right, and I felt bad for her because she'd come home upset a lot. and people could just be a-holes. And they just don't, they just have no people skills. They don't have any people skills. They have no, my stupidity coming through. It's because I'm tired. Been up since 4:00 this morning. So please forgive me. The Chevy Vega wasn't much. I mean, that was an inexpensive car, the Vega. It was to meet the masses. They had to do what they had to do. Dan the Mountain Man, how are you? Dan the Mountain Man. Dan the Mountain Man. How you doing tonight, Dan? What are you cooking tonight? I bet you would have liked that meatloaf I made. If you get a chance, look at the picture, Dan, at the meatloaf. It's at the end of this last video I put up of the one before. It came out good. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making because it's been over a year since I made meatloaf. And I like a good meatloaf. Right now I got a chicken soup going right now. I smells it. It smells so good. From scratch. Hit the chicken myself, and it was in the road. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! And I backed up just to make sure that it was done. Tenderized it. So now we've got chicken soup. Alton Mitchell. Q74 is a tube that used to go at a lot of the TVs. I don't remember that number. What year are you talking TVs? That one's vague to me. And the transistors. Remember? No, the resistors. Not the trend. Remember the resistors that used to go? They look like little firecrackers, and they'd have the bands around them, the different ohms. And my father taught me how to solder them in, put them in, check them, and stuff like that. I learned a lot from my dad. Smart man. Very smart man. Joshy and Stacy's, how are you guys? Good to see you. You guys going to go on right after me? Because I'm going off in a minute. Hopefully you are. PB on the go. Wow. So when you had to get Miss Marie medicine this morning at 4:00? Was nothing. No, there was nothing open. I had to go to Kodak, to Weagles Weigels. And they had it, behind the counter because they don't have medicine anymore on the counter because of the crackheads. So I said, I need that over there, the Dayquil. She don't want NyQuil because that makes her really, really, really groggy. Miss Marie can't take any over-the-counter drugs without having an adverse effect from them. So she has to be very careful. But Dayquil she can do, and that helped her. She was coughing so bad. It is a good night, Sunflower, for chicken soup. That's why I made it, because tonight it's going to be just darn cold. Joshy and Stacy's, how are ya? How are you? How the kids? How's everybody? Oh, excuse me. Hopefully you're going to go on right after me, all right? Because I got to check my soup. I got to feed the crazy raccoons. And then I got to go pick up Miss Marie. Mother Nature is being bipolar again. Yeah, well, we're heading into winter, so we got to get some cold weather in order to put everything to sleep. And everybody goes Betty bye, and then they wake up in the spring. Everybody say hello to Joshy and Stacy. Please check out their channel. Please, everybody who's on here, subscribe to each other, talk to each other, and comment to each other, whether they have content or not. It's the right thing to do. Just do it. It's free to subscribe. Doesn't cost you a darn thing. Nothing. You already spent your inheritance at Tanger Tanger Mall this weekend. So there's something for free for you. Okay? Subscribe to all of our channels and comment and like and do all that cool stuff. PB on the go. Thanks much. I appreciate it, guys. Hello, Joshy and Stace. There's their address right there. Thank you, DJI. Thank you, David. Thank you, everyone who has helped us out tonight. We do appreciate that. Virginia Alexander, love you bunch. And if you want to get a hold of Joshy and Stacy, there's their address right there. There's their physical address to their cabin and their phone number. Oh, and look at that. There's the credit card number with the back number. Oh, look at that. Buy me something lavish, DJI. Good night to all of you. Of course, we love you all. Miss Marie will join us again. I'll see when her next day off is. She had to work tonight, but you heard her call, so I got to go pick her up at 10 o'clock. Have a great night. Have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Stay warm. Stay warm, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye, y'all.